Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope that you are well and that you're safe along with your loved ones. My name is Maria Hopwood-Jones. I'm an ASEA Diamond from Sydney, Australia. Today's webinar will be in three sections: the ASEA breakthrough and the opportunity and what it can do for you, what it actually means for you and for your family in the world with Stevie Aquilina. We'll also have a guest speaker who will actually accentuate everything that Stevie will actually show you and talk to you about. And of course, time permitting, we will have a Q&A section. So let's move right ahead. Let me introduce our first speaker and the person who's going to do all the presentations here. His name is Stevie Aquilina. Now, we've been friends for a long time, now coming up to 6 years. Time just flies, which is awesome. And it's been an honor for me to have met Stevie and his wife. I've not had the pleasure of meeting his children. I do see them a lot on, on social media. But a little bit about Stevie, and he's a very honest and a man with a lot of integrity, who from a very, very young age, he was his own master. So he made his own way in his will, I beg your pardon, at the tender age of 15, perhaps a little bit earlier, but say 15. All that experience that I accumulated during those years and up until now, he's become now an expert in life and in business. He's an expert authority on the subject he's going to talk to us about. He now lives in Queensland with his beautiful wife, Sarah, and 4 children. And 5.5, maybe nearly 6 years ago, they made the best decision ever, and that was to align themselves with ASEA and start their journey with ASEA, the company. Stevie and Sarah are now high-profile leaders, very passionate about enhancing people's life, and are 100% committed to ASEA's mission, to better people's life and be a force for good in the world. Stevie, I would like to welcome you to the webinar.
Hey, thank you, Maria, very much for the very kind introduction. I'll leave the $50 on top of the fridge. And
the price gone up.
Inflation. No, thank you very, very much. And it is a great honor to be able to work with you, because such a ball of energy and light and enthusiasm and love and intelligence. And you're just a gift to not just your team, because you give away that gift to people even outside of your team. You're just so willing to help and capable of helping anyone you do. And so that's why you've been a tremendous force for good in the world, not just in our good old down under land of Australia, but around the world too. And so, geez, I'm just so lucky to get to work with you. Thank you very much. And everyone, we really think that, well, not think, it goes beyond that. We don't even believe, because that might insinuate a little bit of doubt. We know for a fact that what was given to us is a gift for humanity. And we want to give that gift to you right now. And obviously somebody else who invited you here cares about you enough and a lot to want to give you this gift too. And so that means you're along here for free. You haven't paid any money. But you're not exactly here for free. You're spending your time with me. And I just want to let you know I'm very grateful for that, because it's far more valuable than money. Because I can refund money. I can't refund time. So thank you very much for choosing to spend your time with me. I do not intend to waste it. So let me share my screen here and get into the reason that we are talking today. All right, so as Maria said, my name is Stevie Aquilina, and in case you couldn't tell by my Crocodile Dundee accent, my family and I live in Australia. We are originally from Sydney, but now we live on the Gold Coast in Queensland. That was a dream come true when I can make that happen. We are literally minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks. We absolutely love it. I'm very blessed. I'm very fortunate. I'm very grateful, lucky, with a lifetime and income that allows me to enjoy great freedom and a great lifestyle with my family. It's taken us to many parts of the world that were once way too far out of my reach once upon a time, to be honest. But the good vibes and good times have not always been the case. I was a difficult, awkward, and kind of weird child to parent and or school. I never made the grades. I was an average to below average student at best. I was often told I was stupid and useless. And I figured out if you're told something often enough while you're young and impressionable enough, you kind of start to believe it. And so later on, I became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. And with that kind of thinking, I just walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. The PG version is I had more than 20 different jobs in less that time. For over a decade, I was a very dumb but very good-looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney. All right, clearly I was kidding about the good-looking part. Not about the dumb part, though. I had big dreams. I was a daydream believer. I wanted to be, do, and have more. I really wanted to give more, actually. But I didn't have big belief in myself. I had little self-esteem, and so I'd done little with my life and had little to give. Physically, I've always been athletic, even to right now, mainly in martial arts. But back then, I had health troubles, autoimmune disorder, inflammatory issues, severe skin, respiratory, and gut problems, concerns most of my life, lots of bad injuries. And financially, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs with hopes going nowhere. No prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity. Now, I'm going to tell you how embarrassingly broke I was. I've been behind so much that I had the phone, electricity, and gas cut off. Not able to run my car on anything more of just the fumes of petrol if I was able to run it at all. I've not been able to make the rent and I've been evicted, and I say embarrassingly broke. It's happened to me more than once. So I'm in no financial dignity. Now, I always believed in possibilities. But as I said before, I doubted my potential. I doubted myself. And so I left myself feeling trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, and unable to be who I wanted to be. Now, as for some good things that have happened throughout my life, first, I met the girl of my dreams. Right then and there, I was motivated more than ever before to become more. She believed in me, always told me that I was more, is the beautiful mother of my 4 beautiful boys who also believe in me. And I guess when you're told something often enough, right? Another fortunate thing that's happened to me, I was introduced to this company and its life-changing breakthrough, opportunity, training, culture, and ethos. The company leaders are extremely successful people. They believed in me too, taught me how to believe and become more. And so today, instead of having health and wealth problems, I've solved them, and I have the honor of helping others solve them too because of this life-changing breakthrough. And instead of financial insecurity and indignity and embarrassment, I have security and dignity because of this life-changing opportunity. And instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, and unable to be who I really want to be, I now have the ability to believe and become more, to give more, because this company's training, ethos, and culture has shown me a life-changing better way. And now I really want to spend the rest of my life doing nothing else but bettering people's lives in at least any one of these life-changing ways too. So thank you very much again for joining me today. First, I'm going to share with you the life-changing breakthrough. And it is I'm going to strike that and say the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. But you know what? It's not me saying that. It's medical experts who say this is a very big breakthrough, greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. And they were medical historically changing breakthroughs. But this breakthrough that we're going to talk about today, for 2 decades, science had declared was impossible. But today, this is known as a breakthrough with enormous potential, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals, challenges, or problems you can think of, remarkable results. And listen to this, drug companies wanted it shut down. Yep, but more about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. What we'll be talking about goes well beyond drugs or nutrition. In fact, goes well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you already know about. Because what I'm about to show you is an entirely new frontier in science that is truly groundbreaking and a category-creating healthcare breakthrough. The ASEA Redox cell signaling technology is a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. Now, aside from being a mouthful, what are those? Well, redox signaling molecules are made by your cells, so they are native to your body because they're made within your body. They are your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication, and therefore your cell-to-cell operation. And I mean everything, all the way down to your genetic expressions in a positive way. Redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself. And redox signaling molecules do that by telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, how to repair unhealthy cells, and how to replace damaged cells. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning, healing at optimal levels. Now, why is this all so important? Because we are all made all entirely of cells. Therefore, we live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells, healthy body, healthy life, right? Redox signaling molecules are the keys to life because they are essential for the activation and function of our normal physiology. All of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological processes critically depend on redox signaling, because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. So if our bodies already make redox signaling molecules, why do we need to get more of them in our bodies with this drink? Well, it is true that when we're born, we do make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy. Ever notice that? How they can run around all day and not wake up sore the next one? And how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness? However, as we age, along with stress, poor diet, toxins, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, yes, man-made, but also natural too, from all of this stress, our cells break down and our body's ability to make redox molecules declines daily. Without as many of these redox signaling molecules in dwindling supply, giving our cells signals, our whole cellular protection and healing process that we just discussed becomes slow. The signaling becomes weak, and therefore the instructions not as clear, and the cells get confused and break down more and more. And so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. ASEA takes science seriously, so much so that they're highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA redox signaling supplements, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in every body. Now, ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science. And what I mean by that, redox as a science is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of a signaling molecule, because there's actually 16 of them. But the first one was discovered back then. And since then, there have been multiple signaling molecules discovered and multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in that field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, now this is a place where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published. And if you typed in there redox signaling, you would see well over 33,000 results. There are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling. And this slide will already be out of date with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month, according to medical researchers, as well as reported in the Huffington Post, who specifically wrote about ASEA in this article. Redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. Now, outside of this, as for ASEA, already light years ahead. ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. And as for just one example of that, ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, these genes that I've just mentioned are key in the health of every individual, clearly, and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Way too many to mention here. Now, moreover, ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. The head professor of that university study saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Now, that's significant because all degenerative health concerns are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. That means they're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger or healthier. So if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, or if you have a wish that you could look, live, and feel young once again, or if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, or if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But again, you do not need to take my word for it, because here are some medical doctors right now. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it. People need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries. But now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies. And this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. That's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology, which are Renew 28, our Redox gel, and our intensive Redox serum. These two topical versions of Redox technology are supported and enhanced by their complementary and all natural ingredients products, our gentle refining cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. But you know what? A picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what our ASEA Redox technologies are worth with these amazing health, anti-aging and age reversing results. Lines and wrinkles are smoothed out, elasticity comes back to the skin. Skin blemishes, spots, dots, marks, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin being renewed. Even for young people, being rejuvenated, improving the quality of life. How many more dates do you reckon this dude's getting now? Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions comes back to the proper surface of the skin. Now this here is Rosie. The dramatic difference that you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because she did not take those pictures. Rosie also believed that the products were not doing anything. Rosie went to see her doctor. That's who told her about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie told that doctor that the products did not work, I know, right? The doctor showed these pictures, and I guess the rest of the story can be seen here. Everyone says they want to see how ASEA goes. Makes sense. But Rosie missed the moment-by-moment changes by not taking pictures. And so you may miss the changes too, so please take pictures. That's how you see how it goes. Now, some people notice results in a reasonable amount of time, 7 weeks. Others can notice something within 7 days. Most people can have an experience in around about 7 minutes. I'm not kidding. However, some people need to apply more product, more time, more patience, generally when there's more going on with their health. What we know scientifically is that redox signaling molecules are all the same. They're the same in you, in me, in animals, in plants. Studies show that ASEA Redox products have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person, every single time. Scientifically proven that we have redox signaling molecules, also scientifically proven that it would be impossible for them to not work in you and or hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Speaking of noticing the change, look at this picture very carefully. This doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you see the difference there? Now, it's not just for your face. The lady put it on her arm here, another on the hand, and there's a belly here. There's pictures of more bellies here. And these are pictures of, well, bums, buttocks, thighs, and all over you can use Renew 28 on. Now, in all seriousness, these pictures are actually from a study by a world-leading laboratory. This study was done because there were many reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while they were using Renew 28. So scientists set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see if there was any truth to these stories. And what they found was after just 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when the scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover how this was happening, they saw that the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. So Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, enhancing skin texture, smoothing the skin, not just for visibly younger looking skin, but actual healthier skin. Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after things such as shaving, sun exposure, and the like. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin. No, it helps soothe discomfort around the body. And you can know about it in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort around your body, rate that discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10. If you give it a score of 10, that means the maximum discomfort, the maximum hurt you could feel. Apply Renew 28 on that point of discomfort 3 times within 5 minutes, and usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction of discomfort within approximately just 10 minutes. Now, nothing I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through, and ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. So we've spoken a bit about the breakthrough, and we've spoken a bit about the science, and we've shown you some results, but really to punctuate all of that, to put an exclamation mark behind when we say the word breakthrough, you're in for a treat now. You're going to hear from a very special man who has a very special story of survival that turned into some very special success. So thank you, Maria.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Stevie. I really, really enjoy your presentation. I don't think there's anybody out there who puts it more eloquently than you. So I do appreciate the work that you put into it 5 days a week. So thank you so much. Now, our next speaker is somebody very special. His name is Dan Doyle. He built and sold a wide range of traditional business all his life and was extremely successful and financially secure. However, we all know, particularly now, we're very aware that life is very fluid, and sometimes we are tested, not to show a weakness, but to discover our strength and greatness in ourselves and in others. Dan's life was tested, and his courage and heart is now measured by how he faced that challenge, how quickly he overcame it, and what it meant to him and those around him. Says that today, Dan and Suzanne live in Honolulu, Hawaii, and Dan has achieved the rank of number 3 in ASEA as an ambassador triple diamond, and is a member of the $1 Million Club. Dan is now a global authority in Redox technology and in cellular health, and is also an international speaker and entrepreneur. His mission is to get his life-changing health breakthrough to the world. Can I invite you all to listen to Dan and to find out how he overcame his challenge that was just around the corner when life was just so brilliant. Welcome, Dan. We really appreciate your time and look forward to hearing your story and your vision for humanity and the company.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stevie, for the presentation thus far. I know we're going to hear from you again. Great to have you guys on the call. Anybody who's on this call for the first time, I can say that somebody has literally handed you a gift, and whether you open that gift or not is totally up to you. But the thing I love is helping people to make informed decisions. These people that make decisions on things they know nothing about just drives me crazy. So congratulations for being on this call and at least listening to what we've got to present, this incredible breakthrough. And, you know, I believe this is a true purpose-filled mission for humanity with what we have, especially with what I've experienced personally from what this product is and what it can do. So we're not here to sell anything to you, so just relax, unfold your arms and cross your legs. And, you know, this is literally just information. So you said you can make that decision whether you want to do something with that gift or not. As Stevie said, these products, this technology, this breakthrough isn't intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition, but we can cheekily say with long-term use of these products and sometimes even short-term use, these products are a cure for skepticism. Alrighty, so Susie and I are in Honolulu in Hawaii. This is somewhere we spend most of our time when we're not traveling the world. Incredible life and lifestyle here, relaxing, safe, quiet. We absolutely love it here. Have been traveling the world for a fair few years now, spreading the word of ASEA. And you're going to understand why I'm so passionate about this breakthrough, because of what it's done for me personally from a physical point of view and also from a financial point of view, which I never was looking for or expected. So growing up in Sydney, Australia, I played many sports, rugby, judo, gymnastics, surfing, aerobics, and also this sport called bodybuilding. This is a picture of me when I was 24 years old, and I used to own a gym back then and had many businesses in the health and fitness industry. And this is the start of me being a young entrepreneur after realizing, working for one of the big 4 banks in Australia on the corporate side, that I didn't want to work for anybody anymore. So this was the start of me being a businessman. And I started in traditional business at the age of 21. So if you fast forward 20 years, building businesses, and some of the biggest businesses of their type in Australia in the security industry, as I said, the health and fitness industry, construction industry, and hospitality. All these businesses employing about 3,500 people over a 20-year period, self-taught, no mentor. I never let school get in the way of a good education. Did extremely well for not having the knowledge, dropping out of school, never reading a book in my life. If we fast forward 20 years from the age 24 in this photo to 44, and I'm 54 now, still looking after myself. Here I am at 44, not a bodybuilder anymore, but I wanted to be the best physical version of a 50-year-old that I could be. So I always looked after my health. I was in the gym at 6:30 every morning, doing more cardiovascular work at this time. And I didn't realize that I was actually really sick in this photo because I didn't have any symptoms. And 6 months later, unfortunately, there was a symptom that came to the surface. And this is a picture of me 6 months after this photo was taken in 2011, when the doctors gave me some really bad news. This is me on the right-hand side with no hair from the top of my head to my toes, where the doctors told me I didn't have one, but I had two major health challenges. So this is the start of a 2.5-year journey in and out of a hospital in Sydney, Australia. And what I went through, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Standing next to me is a 21-year-old friend of mine at the time, Johnny Manor, who played the highest level of rugby in Australia. He'd already been through all the hospital visits that I was experiencing here. And at this point, he was in remission. After this photo was taken, his issue came back. He went back into hospital, started losing a lot of weight, lost all his hair again. And unfortunately for Johnny, he never came out of hospital. We lost him at the age of 23 years young. So that was a terrible time. And after what I went through for 2.5 years, I asked the question and asked my doctors what direction my health was going in and what was going to happen to my life. And the immediate direct response, because I asked for a direct response, I told them to hit me between the eyes, was to literally get your affairs in order. Getting my affairs in order was a hard pill to swallow, because growing up, you know, when we were sick, our parents took us to the doctors and we took a couple of pills and we were okay. We were conditioned to do that. And I expected here in my 40s to go through the same thing and to come out of it okay. But that wasn't going to be the case. So at this point, I took the responsibility of my health back into my own hands, something that I recommend highly that everybody does. Look after your own health, no matter what it takes. Don't leave it to the doctors to look after your health. And in doing so, I did some research, and my research led to an alkaline diet. I also spent a lot of money on nutritional supplements, super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water. Now, you would think with being on a really good, pristine, clean, alkaline diet and taking all these supplements that my health would have been heading in the right direction, but I can tell you that that wasn't the case. This is a picture of me 2 years looking after myself. This is now 2014. Blood works was still heading in the wrong direction. I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. At this point, a friend of mine, Bart Cotter, reached out to me and he said, I think I found something that can help you. Long story short, I got on a plane in Sydney, flew to Salt Lake City, Utah, met him in the headquarters of this company called ASEA, Cellular Health Company, not knowing too much about the product, but from what I did understand and read, I'm thinking, if this stuff works half as good as what they're saying, I'm going to be in a pretty good place. I'm going to tell you the story. It worked 100 times better than what I could have ever expected. So I started on the product. I started drinking these amazing little molecules in this blue bottle. And in 3 hours, my body was expelling things that weren't supposed to be in there so fast. I had little red spots all over my chest, my shoulders, and my back. So my body was literally getting rid of rubbish so quickly. It was happening through my skin before I even got to the bathroom, the restroom. The light bulb didn't go on at that stage. The next morning, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to test this stuff that I was drinking the day before. And for 20 years, I've had a caffeine intolerance. Any more than 2 coffees, I'm buckled over with discomfort and bloating the whole day. I had 6 coffees the next morning. I went through the day. There was nothing to remind me of what I endured for a whole 20 years. That issue was gone. But because there was nothing there to remind me, I didn't recall that I had a win from this product, that it was doing something for me. The light bulb actually went on the next day. I had so much lung damage from what they put me through in that hospital. I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time. Within 48 to 72 hours of taking this product, my lungs were functioning perfect. So I'm back to Australia, kept drinking this stuff in this little blue bottle. Fast forward again 12 months. This is the day in 2015 the doctors told me no sign of those two major health challenges. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports had gone away, which were turning into that crippling issue as we get older. 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose. My whole body was rebuilt top to bottom in 2014, drinking these amazing little molecules. And if you fast forward another 2 years to 2017, this is 3 years on the product. And you can see I'm looking a lot better again, a lot younger again, feeling a lot better and a lot younger again. Just always love to go back through 2014, 15, and 17. This was when I was a really sick person. This was a week before I flew to Salt Lake City and started on this product. This is when I was in a lot of trouble with my health. What you're seeing on the outside is a reflection of what was going on the inside at that time. And in 2015, 1 year on the product, same thing. What you're seeing on the outside here, 1 year on the product, is a reflection of what was happening on the inside. My skin looked a lot happier and healthier at that time. And if you fast forward, this is 3 years on the product, my complexion is a reflection of what was going on the inside at that time. And all of this predominantly was from using the ASEA Redox cell signaling supplement. I religiously use all the products now, which is just absolutely amazing what they all do in a different way. We are the only complete cellular health company in the world. We are the only one who can supply Redox, and we have nutrition with an incredible skincare range. Every other company is missing the main component, foundation to our health, which is Redox. So along the way, things evolved and my journey slightly changed. My health was on the up and up. It became a responsibility to share this with other people. And I started sharing this with other people. And because there's a business behind this, which I never wanted to get involved with from the time I started taking the product because I was selfish, this was all about me. But as I said, as I was getting better, this became a responsibility to help others. It was the business model that actually saved my life. Because if it wasn't for the business behind the breakthrough, I wouldn't have had the ability to share this with others, for the company to send me thank you checks, for me to invest those thank you checks into more product for my own health, ensuring that I saturated my body, got these amazing little molecules to the damage, and that damage my body was told where that damage was. So it was the business model that saved my life. We're in an incredible situation here. I believe that this is the most compelling opportunity we'll ever come across. Been there, done that in corporate and in traditional business, knowing what I know now, I would never go back to those business models, ever. And I'm sure some of you understand where I'm coming from with that. This is a perfect storm. Every single person on the planet is looking for something and still will spend money for anything to help them with their health. And a lot of people are in a situation where they've lost their jobs and their businesses have closed down. We've got this incredible platform, this vehicle that can potentially take people back to their health or to take people to wherever they want to go financially. So with that, let's hear from Stevie again, and he can talk about the amazing opportunity, the business behind ASEA, and how you can share this with others, finding that this could be, like me, the most satisfying thing that I've ever done in my life, and build literally another income or generational wealth for you and your loved ones. Over to you, Stevie.
Thank you, Dan. Dan, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned at the start of my presentation, is one of those leaders where I alluded to working with some extremely successful people. Dan is extremely successful, but it's just because he's helped an extreme number of people in an extremely significant way. But thank you, Dan. Most heartfelt thank you for being that first leader that took me under your wing and believed in me and taught me how to believe and become more myself long before I could myself. So thank you very much, mate. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, now that we've shared with you the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Hopefully we've done a good job of helping you discover that. Now we want to help you to discover the most brilliant and compelling opportunity, because with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. And the greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough. And that's created a life-changing opportunity behind all of that to make a living while bettering people's lives. So ASEA is unique. So much so, it's the world's first and only redox signaling supplement. For two reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than just one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, medical atomic physicist. No one else has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. In fact, for the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible. And so ASEA is 100% unique, powerful, proven, 100% safe, but also ASEA is patented, heavily patented. And so ASEA is not allowed to be copied. But not only is it not allowed to be copied, it can't be copied, because there's no way to look into a bottle of ASEA and figure out how to reverse engineer it, because the secrets aren't in the bottle, because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA. And so it cannot be copied. That means we have no copycats. That means we have no competition. That means we have no one in the world that has what ASEA has. No one. And that means no other products in the world can do what ASEA does. None of them. Nothing else in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the body as what Redox can. Because Redox works in everybody. Because everybody needs Redox. Because nothing in the body works as well, or at all, in fact, without Redox. And because Redox can't hurt anybody. Now, no other products can make that claim. No juice, pill, super shake, fancy water, CBD oil, or whatever it might be, they are not, and they do not have Redox. And therefore, they just can't work in the body as well or at all without Redox telling the body how to work with even all those good products, however good they may be. And so ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors: healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion, with a T, dollar industries. And again, ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a redox signaling supplement from. And so ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream, with a mission to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. Now, we recognize that we can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. And the good news about that for you is that ASEA will pay you money just for sharing Redox with others. So if there are people out there looking for either an extra, part-time, full-time, big-time, or a legacy leaving income, that's what ASEA really wants to help people do: leave a legacy for themselves and their loved ones, for people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle. Well, there are levels of commissions, money, to meet whatever levels of ambitions, to be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality. And ASEA helps you create income that is both residual and leveraged. So you receive a residual income, not just from the first, but from all of the ongoing repeated purchases made by everyone that you refer to ASEA. It's what we call residual income. You get paid again and again and again from what these people are doing again and again and again, month after month, year after year, purchasing the products. And because you can refer as many people as you like, that residual, that repetitive, that ongoing income potential is unlimited. Now, on top of that, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income. What do I mean by leveraged? Well, you receive payouts, money, income from all of the ongoing repeated purchases made by every single person you contact, and others also refer. And listen, there's no limits to how far and wide and deep these referrals can go. And it's natural. We do it all the time. Think about it. When you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, homewares, beauty products, health products, or whatever they might be, people tell people who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. Word of mouth is the oldest and still today #1 most powerful and effective and most trusted form of marketing in the world. Again, there's no limits. Think about it, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide. All you got to do is pass the word around. Just like someone's invited you here. Now, ASEA is currently in 35 countries, opening new markets every year. And based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million over the next 5 years. Now, if you understood residual income, you would walk through a brick wall to get it. Or if you come from my background, you'd probably be willing to crawl through broken glass to get it. You see, I figured out residual income. Yes, it's impressive, but not just so. More so, it's important. I found I had residual bills, but I did not have a residual income. And I found out what happens to most people by the time they're 65. Have you ever thought about this before? Well, here's the statistics. Out of every 100 people, only one of them is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 must still work to survive. Now that's at 65, and that's not working because they want to. It's because they have to. They are a slave to the dollar. And 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. Now, I didn't think that was good, and maybe you don't either. Maybe there's something going wrong with that, don't you think? So I asked myself, what's one of the main financial principles that the top 4% seem to figure out to have financial security and freedom that the other 81% of us don't figure out? And I found out it was this, at least from a financial standpoint: how to make money that is no longer dependent on your paid by the hour selling your precious time for money, labor intensive or own activity job. In my case, that job, JOB, stood for just over broke, if that. It's called active income. And the truth is, sooner or later, you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. And therefore, the truth is, you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. Are you prepared for that? This may even be more concerning if you're thinking, well, my active income, or is it enough as it is? And as Dan mentioned, this has always been a problem, but it became more relevant just in the last 12 months. People involuntarily had the rug pulled out from underneath their feet and their jobs shut down, locked down, and them forced to be at home. See, money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master. And so the pain that we have learned over the last 12 months especially, but again, it's always been the case, if you do not find a way to make money while you're not at work, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll be a slave for money until you die. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a good place to start for most of us. If you truly do love your job, by the way, keep it. You're blessed. But still, find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing, because only relying on a single source of active income is just not smart and dangerous to your financial security. So for people who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances and their freedom, for people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have or how they have to make it, for people who have dreams and desires and want a better life, ASEA is a significant opportunity to make a significant difference in people's lives and a significant income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion to afford you those dreams, give you that real freedom. There's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's what you get to do with ASEA. Who we become and what we do is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, you can make great money here, that's for sure. You can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world, have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences, a great lifestyle. But really, at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others. That is one of the most valuable currencies there is. That is the heart of ASEA. And it was demonstrated because the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research, clinical studies proving ASEA, those drug companies offered to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down, the drug companies wanted ASEA to shut down, and they wanted ASEA to take everyone off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus and his son Tyler Norton, had the great foresight to see very grave consequences in that deal. Because Virtus and Tyler saw people who came from severe health challenges that once upon a time left them and their doctors feeling hopeless, to then now experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And when Virtus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose, responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so they could not in good conscience sell out. And so that's why they didn't. They said no to the payout and yes to the people. For Virtus and Tyler, what had once started out as just a very big business play had now become more. The ASEA founders turned down the huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to you and me and everyone without a prescription. And one of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make, and that is to always put people and principles before ego and economics. You see, founders and corporate team, they come from big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. But so they're exceptional in running very profitable, big global businesses. But their corporate soul revolves around putting people first, having an impact, making a difference, helping others to believe and become more, to be a force for good in the world. So you're in good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you and let them know what stood out to you the most. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers easily. There's plenty of university studies. Most importantly, thousands of real people's life-changing Redox experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. So if you want to be happier and healthier, if you want to live younger, stronger, longer, you may just want to become an ASEA customer. However, if you have dreams and desires, if you want to be, do, have, and able to give more, if you want to help people be happier and healthier, if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you want to increase the prosperity of the planet, if you want to make a difference in the world, become part of this Redox reality and you can become more. If you just pass this information on for many, many others, like someone has invited you here, you can and will better the lives of many, many others. And your life will become better in many, many ways. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. Thank you ever so much, Dan and Maria. Thank you very much too.
Thank you, Stevie.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So to both of you, just before we go, I just want to say thank you so much for all of you taking the time out to listen to Stevie and Dan. And I'd like to leave you with this thought that if Dan hadn't taken the responsibility of his health in his own hand, everybody here in this call, everybody around the world that Daniel has touched, the life that he's touched, and Stevie and myself would not be here. So Daniel, we owe you so much. We thank you so much for your time and appreciate what you do every day for all of us and for humanity. Stevie, once again, what a wonderful presentation, worthy of being out there with the very top and the very best, because you are the best. So thank you so much, guys. There is no time for questions. I'm afraid Dan has to jump onto another call immediately. So thank you so very much. Appreciate your time. Let's go out and have a wonderful Redox day.
Sorry about that. I think I got really excited today and talked a lot.
That's all good.
It's always wonderful to listen to you talk.
I looked up at the time and went, oh my gosh, I must be right into this. Sorry.
Well, aloha, guys, and mahalo for coming on. We'll see you on the call in 2 days.
Yep, absolutely.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your time. Bye.